Hey guys, it is about that time to tell you what I will be reading for the month of June. Stick around. Hey guys, welcome to the book path. If you are new here, my name is Nicole, and if this isn't your first rodeo, thank you guys for sticking around with me. You guys are awesome. So with that being said, June is upon us, and with that comes new readathon challenges, new books. So what will I be doing for this month? This one I kind of went back and forth with. I was waiting to see if whatever-thon was going to happen, and I just wasn't seeing any posts really on that. So I decided to take a new direction and do two readathons. One we already do, which is it's actually a book club, and that is the Cliterature book club, hosted by Steph over at Steph Loves. So I will be participating in that this month, as well as participating for the first time in the ClearUrSht Readathon. This one is very similar to Whatever-thon in that the purpose is for you to kind of read whatever you want. This one has a little bit more prompt specific in there, as it follows a storyline between a narrator and I think it's a witch. It is the first time I'm participating in this. This is what is called one of the ClearUrSht mini challenges or mini readathons, which is only the month long. She has a larger one that I believe goes from November to December. I will go ahead and link the notes, intros, and everything you kind of need for these, for the book club and for the readathon in here. Down below, there'll be the link to her, to the ClearUrSht book club, and then there will be a link to both the ClearUrSht announcement as well as the website that she has that has like all the questions and answers and kind of the storyline thus far. But this month is kind of interesting because she's doing it to the theme of tarot cards. So that was a little interesting, and I was like, why not? Let's do it. However, it's not going to lie. This is going to be a little bit more daunting. It's a little bit more books than I've been reading the past couple of months. I think we're at like 12 books. So I tried to keep them to a lot thinner books and things that I felt like I could probably get through pretty quickly, hopefully. But I do need notes for this because we are going to, have a time with it. So we're gonna just go through and let you know what I'm reading. So for stop you there. We are also going to be continuing our journey with the magical readathon. So there will actually be two readathons and one book club. So we will go through it, and I will let you guys kind of know what I'm reading for each of the prompts. And we're gonna go with the ClearUrSht readathon because hopefully I don't get like canceled or anything for cursing so much. We're just gonna say the Clear Readathon from now on. But basically we're going to go in through and I'm going to take you by the cards. There is one card that I guess normally it used to be like a freebie spot on like a bingo board, but she's going to give a prompt. There's two cards, which makes me think that there's going to be two prompts you can choose from to fulfill that, but that won't be released until later. So we're just going to go with the 8 that she's kind of already given prompts for. And the first one is The Fool, which is to read the most recent book added to your TBR. And for that, if you guys watched my latest book haul, you will know that I ended up picking up A.K. Mulford's The High Mountain Court. This one just, I don't know, there's something about it that just keeps grabbing me and pulling me, like wanting to read this. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. And it is one of the most recent books that I've got, so it will fulfill that prompt. So yay. The second card is the Empress card, and this is a prompt that is to read a book that will make you feel good. So for that prompt, I've had this, I got this in, I think it was my last book haul, not the most one that I just did, but the one before that. And that was Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. This one, when I read the synopsis, gave me big Pillow Talk vibes. Which is an old 60s movie. Highly recommend watching it. It has Doris Day and Rock Hudson in it. Love it. Where there's kinds of mistaken identities, enemies to lovers, and just kind of the funny circumstances that can come with that when you have like these mistaken identities and things. So this just sounded like it would be a lot of fun to read, so it would make me happy. So that will fulfill that prompt there. Next we have The Lovers, and The Lovers is to read a book you bought because of a book influencer or friend. Now this has come up several times on different YouTube or booktube channels, and that is The X Hex by Erin Sterling. And so it's no surprise that this is going to be one that I come to, because when you curse your ex and then it goes wrong and you have to work with your ex and there could be a rekindling of romance, it just sounded kind of fun. So got this one, and this will be my lover's pick. Next, I have the Death Card, which was to read a standalone book, which is kind of nice because I'm trying to keep my series to a minimum, which does not seem to be happening this year. So getting just a standalone book was nice. So I ended up picking up Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade. This was a book that was actually Team Romance, I think it was, Team Romance pick for Tropical Readathon last August. And it just kind of stayed with me for then, because you have a little bit more of the mistaken identity. I know we saw that in Mr. Wrong Number, but you have a curvy girl romance, you have celebrities, you have like the hot guy falling for the curvy girl, a little bit of nerdiness because she's an author of fan fiction about like the series he stars in. So it's it's also the hidden identities, not showing who you really are, and just kind of the love and the goodness that comes from that. So I will be curious to read this one, and it will fulfill the standalone Death Card prompt. So that will be done. Next, we have the Tower card, and that is to read a randomly selected book from your TBR. So knowing me, I cannot pick a random book off my TBR shelves because I'm going to zone in on what I want to read more than others, which isn't that random. So I had my husband pick out my book, and luckily enough, he was willing to do it, and he picked out Tidelands by Philippa Gregory. I have read I haven't fully completed a Philippa Gregory book. I have read little bits of like The Other Berlin Girl and I think it was the White Queen or the White Princess series. But I never finished the books, but I liked the way that they were written, and I liked the historical kind of aspects of it. So I decided to pick this one up, and this one is set in England in 1648. And you have, it looks like, the Civil War that's going on in England, some romance along the way, this time frame of witch mania in England in the 1640s. So just a lot kind of going on, and I know she kind of has this beautiful way of writing things that draws you in. So this is going to be my Tower pick. So thank you to the hubby for picking out this pick. Next, we have the Sun card, which is to read a book with gold, silver, and bronze on the cover. This was tricky because I do not own any book that has all three on the cover. I have some that have gold. I have some that have silver. I don't think I have anything that has bronze. So I know that she says you can stretch some of the prompts to fulfill it in which ways you need. So I decided to just pick one or two of the colors and go from there. And so for the book, I chose to go with a book that had gold and maybe a little bronze on there, and that is my recent pickup of Magic Lessons by Alice Hoffman. As you can see with the glow, it has a very goldish color, but when you hold it, the top part, it's a very dark gold orangey color, so it almost gives a bronze-like cast to it. So it can go either way, but I figured it's got one of them at least. So this is going to be my pick for the Sun, because obviously like me going like this might be annoying the crap out of you because it's glaring like the sun. So yay. Next up, we have the Moon card, and that is to read a book that you have been putting off. This book has shown up on a few TBRs and I haven't finished it. Plus it is also a book for my 40 before 40, which shows you just how long I've been putting it off. That is The Valley of the Dolls by Jacqueline Suzette, I think it is, Jacqueline Susan. This was a book in the 60s that was very controversial at its time because it talked about drug addiction, it talked about sexuality, and just kind of like the women's kind of oppression that was going on in the 60s. And so A lot of people tried to ban it, and it got made into a movie. And I have watched clips of the movie. I haven't seen the movie full through, I don't think, because it was a long time ago. But I've been intrigued. I've picked this book up earlier on. I think I was like a teenager or a college student, and I probably got like maybe this much through, and it was a decent read. Schoolwork just got on top of it, and I didn't pick it up. So I am sent to, so I decided to pick it up again, and it's been one that I've been kind of avoiding because I know it's got, you know, some daunting stuff in there. But yes, you have the pills, Valley of the Dolls. Dolls are, I think, the pills that they take, and you have the uppers and the downers and everything, and you have women who are, I think one's trying to find a husband, one's trying to make it into stardom, and I can't remember what the other is, but it's 3 women that are trying to climb to the top of industry during this time. And I think underneath this is like actually the movie cover that was done. But curious to get through it and finally finish it this time. So the last of the 8 books that were given for the readathon is The Star, and that is to read a book by an author you've read before. And for this, I am going to read Queen of Myth and Monsters by Scarlett St. Clair. This is the sequel to The King of Battle and Blood. I'm not as huge of a fan of this series as I am to her Hades and Persephone Touch of Darkness series. I love that series. Hades is beautiful. But this one's not bad, and this I actually have on loan from my mother-in-law, so I do want to try to get through it and give it back to her, but I will be picking this one up because I have read Scarlett St. Clair and I do like her writing, so that will fulfill that prompt. And that will be all of the Clear Your Stuff readathon. But with that being said, we still have Cliterature Club or Cliterature Book Club, and for that pick is Twisted Love by Anna Huang. This will be the first Anna Huang book that I will read. I did recently in my recent book haul purchase did get The King of Wrath as a gift, which is a separate series. This is a different series that has a lot of reviews out there saying this is really good. I don't know much about it, which I'm kind of wanting to keep it that way for the book club, but I think it might be an Enemies to Lovers. I'm not sure. So stick around to see what that one's going to be about. But that one will be for June's Cliterature Club book pick. And then we have the Magical Readathon, year-long readathon. And that will have 2 prompts. And for my female character, Azraelyn, she is set up with the challenge of either visiting the locked library, which is to read a book you already own, or to break into the main lab and acquire a book you don't yet have. So I decided that with me recently having a little mini haul, I'm going to go with a book I already own. And that I have chosen, I'm going to get a little suspenseful and read Final Girls by Riley Sagar. I've heard very interesting things about this. A lot of people seem to have liked it. I have never read a book by this author. It has claims from Stephen King. So, I mean, you know, it's got to be good. So I will be reading this for my book that I already own and just maybe breaking up some of the romance, because I know there's a lot of romance for my other one, and give myself a little thrill, I guess. Thriller. Then for my male character, because as you know, I have 2 characters, and so I have to do both paths just to make it that difficult for me. And for my male character, for Farron, I have to either visit a wizard tower, which is to read a book with a prologue, or to stop by the Crossroad Tavern or to read a book with an author's note. This is hard for me because outside of like a nonfiction history book, which I am not in the mood to read at all, I don't really have many works of fictions that have prologues and author's notes and things like that. Fortunately, I was able to find one, and lo and behold, it's a book that I've tried to conquer before, and it is also on my 40 before 40 list, and that is Gods and Monsters by Janie Marie. It does have a prologue. I did not get that far in this book. I still have a lot to go, so I figured I'm going to tackle this for my Magical Readathon prompt for Farron, and also tackle it for my 40 before 40. I think Valley of the Dolls was also on my 40 before 40, so there's a few of those on here. We're going to keep knocking those off. Like I said, I have no idea if we're actually going to finish the 40 before 40. Probably not, but we're seeing what dents we can make, and then we'll see what happens at the end. But yeah, so I will be finishing this one up. So I think that is a pretty darn big list. Let's see if I can, like, now that everything's scattered everywhere, just like make, oh my gosh, okay, let's put this one down below. Yikes. So yeah, this is kind of what I've set up myself for. And then obviously I have the ebook for Twisted Love, so that will be added to this. Lots of books, but they're not that, you know, thick. They're not the chunky ones that I've been doing the past few months. So there is hope. But yeah, I will be tackling this for the month of June and conquering stuff. And definitely, I think with doing all this, I will be clearing some stuff from my bookshelves and making a dent. So with that, have you read any of these books? Are there any ones that are sticking out to you more than others? Some you might be more interested in than others. Are you guys taking part in these reading challenges for the month of June? Let me know what you guys are reading. Let me know how life is going for you guys in general. As we head into the hotter months of summer, I know my kids are out of school, so they will be home. So lots of fun and crazy times ahead for me, I guess. But let me know, are you guys, your kids coming back from school? What do you guys got for some cool summer plans? And yeah, I guess I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.